Have you ever wondered why students are always falling asleep during the first period or are in a very bad mood in the morning? Today I'm going to be talking about why school should give us students more break time, and not only 1 week of break, if not two, or maybe once in a while have a day off from school. My reasons are: number one, because us as teens, we're barely growing and we need a lot of hours of sleep, of like 8 to 9, 10 hours. So it's very important for us to sleep. But as us as students, we have school and afterwards sometimes, and some of us have sports afterward, cheer, basketball, soccer, football, or whatever. And from that, it takes up to 3 to 4 hours of practice after school. And by the time we get home, we do our chores, what we have to do, shower, clean, or whatever. And by the time we go to bed, it's 9, 10, 11, 12, depending. And for the next day, we have to wake up very early to get ready, especially girls that like to get ready for school. Have to wake up early just to go to school. And for example, in my school, that some of our students are from Juarez, and they have to be waking up from 3 to 4 a.m. to go to the bridge and cross the bridge and go catch the bus. For them especially, I feel like they need more hours of sleep because they go to sleep very late, depending if they're on their phone or doing whatever. But by the time they go to sleep and they have to wake up, they got 6 hours of sleep, 5, even less. So there's many reasons, and there's actually studies where doctors do studies on children and how they actually need a lot of hours of sleep, because it does affect us mentally and physically, which it can like make us struggle while trying to focus because we didn't sleep, or didn't get the chance to have some breakfast, or we just didn't have like a good time to wake up, or we didn't have enough sleep, or we couldn't sleep, or whatever. It gets us in a very moody mood, like we get very angry easily. So it does affect us by the time we want to study, or we have to do a test. If we come in a bad mood and we have to do a test because we didn't sleep, we can't focus a lot, especially with some students with ADHD, or if they struggle more on concentrating. So also there are more studies of how if us teens don't get our right hours of sleep, it can get to a point where it does affect us not only mentally but physically. We start getting very weak in many ways, our body, because we didn't have enough sleep. Or it's like with food, it can affect us. Sleep is also a very important part of our life, not only food, or not only like doing physical stuff, but it's also very important because if we didn't get enough sleep, we won't have the energy to go to practice, to go to school, to go walk, to go do our activities, to do our chores. And we just have to understand that our sleep is very important. So not only like for us to sleep, but also maybe schools can have by the first bell, it can go a little bit later, not so early, not at 7:40, that we have to be already in our first class, in our first period, everything set up. Because like I said, students that cross the bridge, they don't come in a very good mood, or they didn't have enough sleep. They get to the first period class, they don't really want to do anything. They struggle trying to focus, learn, or what they have to do, and sometimes they have basketball practice. Right now they're in season, and they will struggle a lot to focus or do anything. So it's just that school should actually give us maybe one day or another day off once in a while, here and then. School hours should start a little bit later, because also what teachers have realized is that when school starts like at 9, 10, because they have to delay it because of weather or something's going on, and they have to delay the hours not to 7 to like 10 a.m. Students go in a better attitude. They go more like with more energy. They can focus better. Why? Because maybe they had more hours of sleep and they didn't have to wake up at 3 or 4 a.m. They're more calm. They ate breakfast. Everything is like more chill. So, in conclusion, I feel that schools should give us students once in a while 1 day off for our mental health and so we can have like more hours of sleep. They should also have our first bell ring a little bit later and not so early. So yeah, that's what I talked about.